Good morning, students. I'm your English teacher, Navita ma'am. Today, I'm going to start the new chapter of English language, pronoun and its kinds. As you all know, that pronouns are the words that we use at the place of a noun. For example, I, we, you, they, he, she, it. But the main question is, what is the need of a pronoun? Okay, I am giving you some examples. Suppose sentence is Vanshika is my friend. Vanshika lives near my brother's home. Vanshika is very hardworking. Vanshika wakes up early in the morning. In these sentences, there is a repetition of noun Vanshika, which is not sounding good. So, to avoid repetition of noun, we use pronouns in the sentences. Mainly, we are having 10 kinds of pronoun that are personal pronouns, interrogative pronouns, indefinite pronouns, relative pronouns, possessive pronouns, reflexive pronouns, intensive pronouns, demonstrative pronouns, reciprocal pronouns, and distributive pronouns, in which intensive pronouns you will study in higher classes. So, first, I am going to explain personal pronouns. Personal pronouns are used at the place of person, place, animal, or thing's name. There are two types of personal pronouns: subjective personal pronouns and objective personal pronouns. As I have already taught you that subject means doer of the sentence or about whom we are talking. So, on the basis of this, subjective personal pronouns are used for the subject in a sentence. Subjective personal pronouns are I, we, you, they, he, she, and it. For example, Mr. Narendra Modi is our Prime Minister and he belongs to Gujarat. In the first sentence, Mr. Narendra Modi is subject, and in the second sentence, he is being used for Mr. Narendra Modi. So, he is your subjective personal pronoun. Now, next is objective personal pronouns. Objective personal pronouns are used for the object in a sentence. Me, you, us, them, him, her, and it are objective personal pronouns. For example, tomorrow is my friend's birthday and he wants to give us a party. In this sentence, us is being used for friends, which is at the place of object. So, us is your objective personal pronoun. Here are some more examples of personal pronouns. First one is the secretary notified us today. In this sentence, us is objective personal pronoun. Second one, my uncle sent you an email. In this, you is objective personal pronoun. Third one is for her, I would do anything. In this sentence, her is objective personal pronoun. Next is this is your table. Your is objective personal pronoun. Then this is your table. It is similar to mine. In this sentence, mine and your both are objective personal pronoun. Next is I washed the car myself. In this sentence, I is your subjective personal pronoun. Next one is he completed his assignment himself. In this sentence, he is your subjective personal pronoun. Now, second kind of pronoun is possessive pronouns. Possessive pronoun is a pronoun that is used to show possession or ownership. For example, this pen is mine, not yours. In this sentence, mine and yours are showing possession. So these are possessive pronouns. Few more examples are there. Like first one is this is my laptop, it's mine. Second one, these glasses are mine, not yours. Third one, this is my brother's book, it's his. Next is he offered to swap his camera for hers. Next, I'll show you to your room. Ours is next door. Next is the house is yours. And the last one is the ship is theirs. In these sentences, all the highlighted words are possessive pronouns because these pronouns are showing possession, demonstrative pronouns. Students, What is the meaning of demonstrate? Demonstrate means to show. And in your daily life, which words do you use to show something? Yes, the words are this, that, these, and those. These words are known as demonstrative words. So, demonstrative pronouns are used to point out any specific thing, person, or place. For example, this is a picture of that building. Next is, that is your homework over there. Third example is, these are instructions for the project. And the last one is, those are some snacks left over from yesterday. Do you know where to use this, that, these, and those? This and that is used for singular numbers, and these and those are used for plural numbers, in which this and these are used for the things which are near, and that and those are used for the things which are far. Now next, I am going to explain interrogative pronouns. The question words such as where, who, what, whose, whom, which, these are known as interrogative words. When these words are used to ask question for a noun, then these are known as interrogative pronouns. For example, what is your name? Second one, which is your favorite sport? Third one is, who is your favorite singer? Fourth one, whom does Jim live with? And the last one is, whose book is that? Okay. Now next thing is, how we can say that what is a pronoun? If we ask this question with anyone, what is your name? What will be the answer? Answer can be Rahul or Richa. Which part of a speech is this, Rahul and Richa? These are nouns. So here we are using what for a noun. So what is a pronoun? And it is an interrogative word. So what is an interrogative pronoun? Reflexive pronouns. The word reflexive is taken from the word reflection. As a mirror shows reflection, in the same way reflexive pronouns show back to the pronoun. Reflexive pronouns are used when the subject and the object refer to the same person. Reflexive pronouns end in self when the subject is singular, and it ends with selves when the subject is plural. The list is given below, like with I, it is myself. When we take you as a singular subject, then it is yourself, he, himself, she, herself, it, itself. We and they are plural, so with we it is ourselves, and with they it is themselves. When we take you as plural subject, then it is yourselves. Examples of reflexive pronouns are, first one is, he hurt himself when he fell off his skateboard. Second one, she usually talks to herself in front of the mirror. Third one is, David read quietly to himself. Next, we can trust in ourselves. And the last one is, the students can monitor themselves. In all these examples, himself, herself, ourselves and themselves are your reflexive pronoun because they are reflecting to the pronoun. Next is emphatic pronouns. When the words myself, ourselves, yourself, themselves, these all words are used to put emphasis on the subject, then they are known as emphatic pronouns. Examples of emphatic pronouns are, first one is, he himself organized the picnic, and second one is, she herself baked the cake. Now students, you must be thinking what is the difference between reflexive pronoun and emphatic pronoun. So mainly the difference is of their position. Emphatic pronouns are used just after the subject. Like in the example, he himself and she herself. But reflexive pronouns are used after the verb. We can take the same example, like first one is he himself organized the picnic. If we take the position of himself, then the sentence will be he organized the picnic himself. Now in this sentence, second one, himself is reflexive pronoun. In the same way, if we take example number 2, she herself baked the cake. Now again I am changing the position of herself. The sentence will be she baked the cake herself. Now in this example, she baked the cake herself. Herself is reflexive pronoun. Relative pronouns. Relative pronouns are used to connect two sentences. Relative pronouns are who, whom, which, where, that, whose. For example, he is the boy who helped me. In this sentence, who is connecting two sentences. First sentence is he is the boy and second sentence is he helped me. As the subject is same in both the sentences, that is he, so we can omit the subject in second sentence. So the final sentence will be he is the boy who helped me. Second example is this is a drawing that Radha did. In this sentence, that is relative pronoun. This is the list where we can use a particular relative pronoun. Like first one is who. Who we can use with living things, with people. For example, this is a boy who is my friend. Here we are talking about the boy, and boy is living thing. Next is which we can use with non-living things. For example, the park which is in New York is Central Park. Here we are talking about the park which is non-living thing. Next is that we can use with both living and non-living thing. So students, just go through this list where we can use the particular relative pronoun. It's all for today students. Goodbye and have a nice day.